I have some news. Pretty big news. I'm pregnant. It was really weird to say, but I'm so excited. Like, I'm so excited. My husband and I first started trying to conceive back in November, and we were really hoping that I would get pregnant for Christmas, and it just didn't happen. And nobody tells you how stressful trying to conceive is. Even just growing up, we're taught so much about how easy it is to get pregnant. And I know for myself, a few months isn't a long time to get pregnant, but getting pregnant itself is a lot harder than it seems, and it takes a big emotional toll out on you. So if anybody out there is trying to conceive right now, my best advice to you is to make sure that if you are telling people, or if you have a small group of people, make sure those are people who are going through the same experiences that you will be going through. Make sure you have people on your side who are actively trying to conceive, because it's a big different process altogether between actively and not actively trying to conceive. And just make sure you have that strong support group all together, because I don't know what I would have done without mine. I would have went crazy. And I even had a hard enough time trying not to call them all the time. Like, what's happening to me? So I found out I was pregnant at 3 weeks, 3 days, which is really early. Like, really, really early. And the line was so faint, I didn't even think it was like a positive. And I was sick for the past few days, so I wasn't even going to take a test. So then when I see this super faint positive, I'm so confused. I wasn't even going to call my husband and have him come in, but I had him look at the test, and I was like, am I crazy? Am I turning into one of those people who sees the line, like, no matter what? Because I'm already a crazy, like, taking pregnancy test every 5 seconds person. So he looked at it, he was like, no, I definitely see something. Like, I see something right here. And he's like, just take another test. And I'm like, well, kind of have to wait a little while, get some more urine, whatever. So I waited, and I went to bed just telling myself, you're not pregnant. There's no way that you're pregnant. Like, don't get your hopes up, because it's going to suck too much if it's not true. I woke up the next morning. I took a regular pregnancy test again, and then I also took a first response test that I had been saving, and I was half asleep because I woke up in the middle of the night to pee, and it looked negative, and I was like, see, it was negative, you're crazy. Went back to sleep for 2 hours before I had to get up for work, and when I went back in there, they were positive. They were both positive. They were both super faint, but they were in fact positive. And I was like, oh my god, am I pregnant? And I'm like, no, you're not pregnant. What happened was you didn't check the test at the right time, so obviously you got a false positive. And even though I've never gotten a false positive, even after having a test out for a long time, I was like, nope, don't get your hopes up, it's not happening, you need to stop. So I went ahead and I took another test, and actually I took like 3 more tests, let's be honest. And they all came back positive really quickly, which makes me think I was just half asleep, because the line's faint, and I guess I was just like, ugh, it's negative. But they were positive, and I was super excited, and I had a lot of time that day to plan, because I only really had my internship for the day, and so I was like, I'm gonna wait till tonight. I'm gonna make this a big surprise for my husband. Like, I had this whole elaborate plan, whatever else. Did not happen at all. I told him as soon as he came home from lunch. He's super excited. We're both so excited. And then the hardest part is, who do we tell now? Because it's so early that, if something did go wrong, what are we gonna do? And so ultimately, after reading a lot of stuff online, it's really hard, because you could always have a miscarriage. That's always a possibility, and that's not anything that's ever happened in my family or my husband's family, but there's always a risk, But I read the best advice from some random stranger on the internet in a comment that they put on some post from years ago, but it was, only tell people who you would want to lean on if things went wrong. which really just put everything in perspective for me. Because if I didn't have my closest friends or my family to lean on, if something did go wrong and it was just me and my husband knowing, oh my gosh, that would be too much for me. It really would. So we told our closest friends who already knew that we were conceiving, and then tomorrow we are planning on telling our parents and immediate family, and it's so exciting, and it's so hard for me not to tell my mother. Me and my mother are so close, and she has no idea she's going to be a grandma. No idea, but she's been wanting a grandkid for a while. So yeah, it's super exciting. I feel nauseous all the time, and if I don't eat, it just gets worse. I have to pee all the time, and I'm tired all the time. I'm so tired right now. I'm probably about to go take a nap, and my dogs are barking. But yeah, no, I'm just super excited, and I don't know. I'm just hoping for the best. Yeah, so I'll see you in a week.